them who we are.
Oh, yeah. Black Panther returns this Friday for the highly anticipated sequel. Devo Brown spoke to one of the stars, one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, Lupita Nyong'o, about what to expect. Devo, where to begin with this?
This movie, Lupita, I love her.
I told you, as right after I watched it, I was like, whew. Emotions run high in this. The action is incredible. You think after watching the first one, you're like, okay, what can they do with this, right? Because it was so good. They upped the game, and it is unbelievable. You know, the elephant in the room for this is Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, passing away. They do it all justice. They pay tribute to him throughout the film. Again, he passed away due to cancer just a little bit ago, just 2 years ago. And so that was kept in mind while filming this, while writing this. Ryan Coogler, who wrote, you know, they all had Chadwick in mind and that character on how they were going to build this story around his passing. So it is incredibly done. You know, people talking about the soundtrack, of course, Lift Me Up. You heard that song and brought tears to many people's eyes when they heard this song from Rihanna. There's a second song on there. It's interesting because there was a second song that I heard during the credits that is not on the soundtrack from Rihanna. So very interesting in that sense as well. So we spoke with Lupita Nyong'o, whose character was the love interest of T'Challa of Black Panther. So she had a lot of scenes with him and was emotionally connected with Chadwick more than many other people on this film. So Lupita and I speaking about Black Panther and the legacy that is Chadwick Boseman.
Don't freeze.
I never freeze.
When you have a movie as big as Black Panther, the first one, of course, sequel's coming, everybody's anticipating, there's a ton of pressure, I would think. How do you feel, you and the team, upped the action and just the overall level of the film for the sequel?
We have Wakanda, and now we have also Talocan, which is a whole other world, Mesoamerican inspired world, underwater world. I remember reading the script. First of all, the script was like a Bible. Like, it was very, very thick with a lot of story to go through. Just all the stuff that happens underwater, I was just like, wow, this is quite a challenge we're setting out to undertake. Now you have a story that's taking place underwater, on land, and in the sky. I don't know what you do with the third film. We go to space.
People have this weird expectation that celebrities or people in the acting world have to heal faster or mourn faster when you lose the passing of a good friend. But you still have a job to do, but you're still human with real emotions. How did you personally find that balance getting back to do this film, especially with your character being as close to Chadwick's character?
Well, the gift of the story is that we didn't have to pretend. When Chadwick died, that loss is exactly what informed where we went with this film. It was something that really shook us, and it shook Ryan especially, who had been writing the second Black Panther for over a year at the point that Chadwick died. So imagine that, like you're thinking about this person on a daily basis and made that the subject of the film. So this film is about the loss of T'Challa and how we move forward when faced with tragedy, when we experience deep loss. And you see these characters of Wakanda dealing with the grief in very different ways. And hopefully, this is coming at a time when the world has been uniquely thinking about mortality and the fragility of life globally. So hopefully this story comes at the right time, and that it offers comfort and just relatability and ultimately hope.
Oh my gosh, Dee, that was so profound. I'll tell you, it's amazing to see them honor him like this, because I think that's key to the success of this franchise, because he's so much the heart and glue of it. And what his family must feel and fans must feel to know, like you said, that it was so beautifully handled when it's so impossibly difficult, is, I think, why you can still feel his spirit, even in the little bits and pieces we're seeing now.
Yeah, and I can hear the emotion in your voice, too, because you think about, you know, what Lupita, and bless her for such a great conversation in such a short period of time. She said so many incredible things there. that were poignant not just to the film, but to what's going on in the world in general and how a lot of people feel. So that's the thing. Even if you didn't know Chadwick Boseman or you don't really follow this story of Black Panther as well, you can walk into this film and understand what grief and loss and mourning kind of feels like, and then celebrating somebody as well by watching this film. Like, you're going to go through those emotions. And when it comes out this week, on Friday, people are going to really understand that. And I'm just excited for everyone to watch it and to hear the feedback from everybody as well. Because I think, there are a little bit of nervousness from Ryan Coogler and things like that. They know they put out a great film, but they want to see what the reaction is going to be from the audience and from people who love the first one as well.
They want to do right by a brilliant man and feel his presence. And it sounds like it's all over this movie.
And we say this a lot, especially when Devo does one of these. They call it a junket, where a star does talk to a lot of people. It is very difficult to get the kind of quotes you just heard when it's it's a very fast-moving process for the actor or the actress. Great job with that.
Thank you.
Because you lead with heart. You do your research, but you lead with heart.
It's straight honesty with them, right? So Wakanda Forever, Black Panther, the second one is out on Friday. Check it out. You're going to enjoy it.
Great stuff. More BT after this.
Thanks, Zach.
You can't take a compliment